Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today is all about the angle side or the AAS congruence postulate. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So once again, class, we do have some many postulates. We have the SSS, the side. We have the SAS. Alright, so we have the SSS, the side, the SAS, the side angle side. We have the ASA, angle side angle, and we have this last one, the AAS, angle side. So if you don't know about this following postulates, I do have a link in the description below with regards to these three postulates, the SSS, the SAS, and the ASA. Feel free to see the video, guys. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do the topic. So if according to the theorem, if two angles and a non-included side of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding two angles and the non-included side of another triangle, then the two angles or the two triangles are congruent. So let me explain that to you. So we have a given triangle ABC. Alright, so once again, you can read it triangle ABC. Once you read it ABC, you also do that in the second triangle. You do it symmetrically. So you will read it DEF. So you read it like this with regards to the marking, first marking, second, and C, ABC. So you also read that in the second triangle, DEF. So what is angle side, sir? So angle side, we have a given two angles, right? Given two angles, all right? Given two angles in which we have a side which is a non-included with this particular two angles. Therefore, the side is not between these two angles. It is outside these two angles. Alright? So example, if we have a given triangle, let me do an example. If we have a given triangle and we have given two angles, and if the side is in between these two angles, therefore, we cannot say that this is AES. This is ASA. This is angle side angle. So this is A, angle side angle, if the side is in between these two angles. Alright? But in AAS, in angle side class, angle side, AAS, this side, okay, this side must be outside of these two angles. Okay? It could be here or it could be here. So it could be this side or it could be this side. It should be outside of this given two angles. But okay, but you need to be careful. You need to be careful with this one because the non-included side, it depends on the given markings where you put it. Example, let's do an example for you to really understand this one. Check out the non-included side. Alright, these are non-included side. Sir, why is it non-included side? Because it is not between these two angles. But as you can see, class, with regards to the non-included side, okay, to the non-included side, it is, alright, it is next to these two markings. Okay, it is next to these two markings. If this is the non-included side and you put it this one, you put it here, okay, you put it in this, next to this first marking. Okay, if you put it here, okay, if you put the non-included side with this first marking, therefore, this is not, we cannot call it as AAS. Okay, even if the non-included side is in, right, in the first mark, is in outside of these two angles, but it's not, okay, it is not symmetrical with this one because the non-included side of this first triangle is next to the second marking. Alright, first angle, second angle, and the non-included side is next to the second angle. So you need to be careful with that one, class, because if we label this one with color, okay, if we label this first angle as color red and the second angle will be color blue, for you to really understand this one, okay, I will label this one as color red because they have the same markings, and we label this one as color blue. Check that one, class, for you to really understand it. Check that one. Where is the included side? Alright, so in this given triangle, the included side is next to this blue angle, while in this second triangle, the included side is next within this first angle, which is different. Okay, and if they are different, we cannot say that these two triangles are congruent because of the included side. It is not angle side. Alright, so that you need to be careful with that one. So the given, it should be the included side, it should be in this next second triangle. Okay, next second triangle. Alright, so that's it with the AAS. So the included side is in this side, next to the blue marking. Alright, I hope you understand that one, class. If you don't worry. We do have some 2 examples right here. We do have many examples for you to really understand this one. And let me know. And let us check if the 2 triangles are congruent or not. Alright? So, with this given example, so we can say that angle A, is congruent to this angle D. Alright, so angle A is congruent to angle D. So we have first angle, so A. And we can also say that angle B is congruent to angle E. Angle B is congruent to angle E. So we have a second angle. So we have AA. And this side, the not included side, it is outside these 2 given angles. It is not between, it is outside of these 2 given angles. So we have this side CB. Alright, side BC or side CB. We will read that as side BC. Alright, let's do it. Side BC is congruent to side EF. And we have a side. So we have angle side. So once we prove that we have 3 pairs, once we prove that the 2 angles are congruent and then the one side are congruent, therefore we can say that its 2 triangles are congruent with this given postulate, AAS. So we can say that triangle ABC, alright, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Always read that symmetrically, class. You read it ABC, it should be DEF. DEF. Alright, you can do this one, or you can also do it like this. It depends on you, class. Once you read it like this, you read it clockwise. Okay, once you read it clockwise, so you do that. You do it the same with the other triangle. So let's try an example. What if you read it triangle ACB? ACB. You also do that is congruent to triangle DFE. DFE. Triangle DFE. Alright, so that's it with the angle side. Let's try an example, class, for us to really understand this one with the angle side. Alright, so what if we have, you need to tell if it's congruent or not. So check if we have 2 angles. Yes, we have 2 given angles. Next is you need to check the non-included side. Is it outside? Is it outside the given 2 angles? Yes, it is outside the given 2 angles. You check if the included side is next to the given second marking of the angle or next to the first marking of the angle. So check if this is the same. Okay, check the non-included side. Yes, the non-included side is next to this given first marking of the angle. Yes, same with here. The non-included side is next to the first marking of the given angle. So therefore, we can say that this angle K. Okay, this angle K. So we have an angle side. We have angle side. So angle side. Angle side. So we can say that angle K or angle M. Let's start with angle M because we start with angle side. So we can say that angle M, this angle M, is congruent to, check the markings, class. They have the same markings. So if you label this one with color blue, so this is color blue. Okay, let me just label this one with color blue, and this marking is color red. So check, class, the not included side, as I told you a while ago, the non included side is next to this given marking, given angle red, next to this given angle red. Alright, but for you to easily understand or easily check with regards to non included side, just check the marking, class. right? Check the markings. So we have angle M is congruent to angle S. Angle S. If there's no color, you need to check the markings. Okay? Assuming that there's no color with this one. So we have given 2 markings. Right? Given 1 marking for angle. So we have angle M is congruent to angle S. Another angle, angle K. This angle K is congruent to angle U. So we have angle. We have 2 angles now. Angle. And last one, side. So you start with, if you read it LK. Okay, let me read it LK. Side LK is congruent to, you read it LK. The other side, it should be TU. Okay, going to the first marking, TU. Side TU. So we have angle, side. So we have 3 pairs of congruent parts of a given triangle. So we can say the triangle. Okay, triangle. So how will you read this one, class? If you read it TSU, you also do that in the other triangle. So we read it KML. Triangle KML is congruent. Okay, let me just write it here. Triangle KML. Okay, KML is congruent. So you read it KML. You start with the first marking, going to the second marking, then this one with no marking. So we will start at UST. Triangle UST. So are they congruent? Yes, they are congruent according to AAS postulate. Yes, congruent. Alright, they are congruent. Let's try another example. So what if we have this given example? We only have 1 marking. Oh, okay, we only have 1 marking. So can you conclude? So you will not say, class, that these 2 triangles are not congruent directly. You need to check first with those given illustration. Do they have the same angle? Do they have the same side? So you need to check, class. Do not say or do not conclude that this given triangle is not congruent based on the markings. You only have 1 markings, and you will directly answer it not congruent. Alright, that's wrong. You need to check, class. You need to check the given illustration. As the given illustration, we can say, okay, based on the given illustrations, class, we do have 2 triangles. We have, okay, let me just write it like this. Let me separate these 2 triangles. We have triangle ADB, alright, ADB, and we also have a triangle, I read it ADB, so we have triangle CDB, right? As you can see, with regards to this angle, class, this angle here, and this angle here, of course, they are congruent, right? Because it is perpendicular. What do you mean by perpendicular, sir? It forms a 90 degrees, exactly 90 degrees angle. Okay? When we have 2 lines, okay, we have 1 horizontal line and, 1 vertical line and 1 horizontal line connecting to each other, we can form a perpendicular lines. These are perpendicular lines. This line is perpendicular to this line, in which you form an angle which is exactly 90 degrees. Alright, so given in this illustration, we know that the marking is only 1 marking, and you will conclude that it's not congruent. Okay, your answer will be wrong. You check the illustration, class. Is there an angle which is the same with the given illustration? We cannot conclude, class, that this angle is the same with this angle. No, you cannot do that. But in this given scenario, we know, okay, we know in this given scenario that this angle right here should be equal to this angle right here because of these perpendicular lines. AC, okay, AC is perpendicular to BD, line BD. Okay, because the intersect BC and BD intersect with AC, it forms a perpendicular angle. Okay, it forms an angle which is exactly 90 degrees. So therefore, this angle right here and this angle are congruent. Okay, so let's put a marking. And we have a given another angle, which is congruent to this angle. Okay, let me just put a marking, red marking. What is, class? We do have now two angles. We have this angle is congruent to this angle, and this angle is congruent to this angle. What else can you see, class? With regards to the side, they have the same sides? Yes, that's correct. Okay. So this angle is congruent to this angle. What about the side, sir? Yes, they both share same sides. Where's that, sir? This side. Okay, this side, they both shared same sides. This side. Have you checked this one, class? They both share BD. This side, this BD is congruent to this side. Have you noticed? Right, that's correct. So this side is congruent to this side, according to our reflexive property. Do not forget about that one, class. Reflexive property. What is reflexive property, sir? They both share the same sides. That's what we call the reflexive property. Alright? So we have an angle side. So where's this side, sir? This side, they both share the same sides, which would be congruent. We have angle side. Alright, so let me draw the given pair. So we have angle A. This angle A is congruent to angle C based on the given markings. Angle A is congruent to angle C. And we have another angle, which is angle, if you read it BDC, you also read that the second triangle BDA. Right? Let me read it. If you read it ADB, it should be CDB on the other side. Okay, let me read it BDA. So angle BDA, so this angle BDA, this angle here, D is in the midpoint of this angle, BDA is congruent to angle BDC. BDA, BDC. So we have two angles now, and what else? The side. So we have side BD. Alright, side BD is congruent to side BD. So this side is congruent to this side. If we separate the angles, if we separate the triangles, class, you can see that this side is congruent to this side. Alright, so we have angle side. So therefore, we can conclude that triangle ABD, or it depends on your class. If you read it ADB, you also read that CDB. It should be symmetrical. So I will read it ABD. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. Triangle CBD. Alright, so that's it. Are they congruent? Yes, according to AAS postulate. So they are congruent. Alright, so that's it, class. There are some teachers that they will not put the markings, but it is understood that those angles or those sides must be congruent. Okay, it is understood. But there are some teachers that they will not put markings. But it's up to you to check if those sides or those angles are congruent. Based on the given illustration, class, we already know, okay, that this side is congruent to this side, and this angle must be congruent to this angle, because these are perpendicular lines. Alright, so I hope this video helps. If you like this video, class, do not forget to subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.